Avoiding errors. Calculators are wonderful tools that can be very, very useful to you in solving math problems. However, all they are is tools. The input that you give the calculator will determine the output that it gives you. You want to be very careful that you're thinking about your problem, you're checking your problem, and you're carefully looking at your entries to make sure that you've done exactly what you think you're going to do. Let's look at some examples of common mistakes in a calculator to help you avoid these in the future. One of the most common mistakes is inverting the numbers. You can get in a hurry when entering data onto your calculator, and you think you've put in 91. When you look at your display, you see that you actually put in 19. It's very easy to reverse the numbers. A second common mistake is to get too many digits entered into your number. You might think you've put in 224, but if your finger has hit the keypad a few too many times, you might actually have 2,224. A third common mistake is pressing the wrong key. If you're not looking at the keypad when you enter data, you might think you've put in 56 only to find you've actually entered 46. And finally, you want to be very careful in the function keys. The plus and the equal sign are very close together, so you want to make sure that you've actually hit the plus sign when you intend to hit the plus sign. Otherwise, you might have inadvertently put an equal sign in. You want to double check your answers by always checking your display. You want to make sure the numbers you thought you put into the calculator are the numbers you actually put into the calculator. With a little time and care, your calculator will become a very useful tool that can help you with many math problems.
In using the calculator, don't just press numbers. Think about what you are doing. Ask yourself, does the math make sense? You can avoid many mistakes if you get into the habit of thinking about what you are doing. Here's a very simple problem. 42 plus 31. Now you could do this in your head, and you should. You first of all think about the problem. It's addition. This sign means to add. Next, round off the numbers. Why are you doing that? Because you want to give an estimate for the answer. So if you round this off, that's 40 plus 30, you know it's going to be around 70. Now this is very simple. And let's just go to the calculator then. We just press those two numbers, clear the calculator. 42 plus 31 equals 73. Now you say that is very simple. But let me just give you a little bit of my background. I'm the president and owner of Reliable EDM. We do electrical discharge machining, and we're the largest company of its kind west of the Mississippi. One of our biggest problems with workers is to get them into the habit of double-checking the work they do. One time, a worker left out a simple little 0. The number was 0.0076. It was a wire comp on the machine. It's a computer-activated machine, and he left out a 0. So instead of putting in 0076, he put in 0.076. That simple mistake cost our company over $46,000. Just that simple mistake. It's a little oops. I forgot. I put in the wrong number. So we hammered at the workers. Always double check your work. Besides being a high school teacher, I've also worked as a tool and die maker. And I got into the habit of double checking and even triple checking my work. And I avoided many mistakes that way. Here is a sign that we have hanging in our company and that we had all workers sign. Notice what it says. It's a mental checklist. In other words, what am I saying? Think. Think what you're doing. Before hitting the start button, do the following checks. We have 8 things that they should check for. Final check. After hitting the start button, boom, do not walk away. Check to see if the machine is traveling in the right direction. Remember, a few seconds of checking can save thousands of dollars of scrap. And then I have in real bold letters, never assume and never take a shortcut. Why? Because one of the reasons our company lost over $46,000. And that's why we tell our workers, think, watch what you're doing. And that's not the only job we lost money on. We lost thousands of dollars on other jobs. But that's the biggest one we ever had. So we tried to get our workers to not just press buttons, but to look at the machine, think. And if you get into that habit, you will also become a very valuable worker. And of course, your pay increases as your value increases. So take a lesson from a boss, if you want to say. Learn to get in the habit to double check, and on expensive things, even triple check. When you do something, you know it's going to be right.
Using estimating skills. It's very important when you're doing a problem in math that you think carefully about what answer you expect to get. That way, if you get some ridiculous answer on your calculator, you'll have a sense right away that you've done something wrong. Let's take an example. Ken and Deborah went shopping. They bought 3 items which cost $11.53, $29.65, and $5.25. How much did they spend? If we were just to put this in the calculator, it would be possible that we could make mistakes. But we're going to try and short-circuit those mistakes by estimating what we think the answer should be at first. When we look at our problem, we know that $11.53 rounds off to approximately $10. We know that $29.65 rounds off to approximately $30. And we know that $5.25 rounds off to approximately $5. So we would expect that our answer would be somewhere in the area of 10 plus 30 plus 5, or $45. We want our answer to fall fairly close to that range. When we come to the calculator then, and we turn our calculator on, we'll enter the exact amounts. $11.53 plus $29.65 plus $5.25. The answer we get on the calculator is $46.43, in a range that we find sensible. Your calculator can only do the steps that you tell it to do. You need to double check and make sure you're entering the correct data in, and you want to have an idea of an estimate of an answer before you start. Thinking will always be the most important step you use when using your calculator.
I like to check how much money I have to spend for garden tools. I have $120. Another one, that's $2, $3. I have 4 $20 bills. So that means I got $80 to spend for garden tools. And this shovel sells for $33.80. This hoe sells for $24.50. And this rake sells for $33.95. How many of these items can I buy? Let's figure this out. I have in my wallet $80. And I'm in the store and I see the shovel for $33.80. So let's round that up to $35. I have a hoe that I look at, and that's $24.50. So we'll round it up to $25. Now if I add these two numbers in my mind, 35 plus 25, that will be $60. And I have $80 in my wallet. So I know I can't buy this rake. Now I could buy the shovel and the rake together, because that also, this is $35. That comes to $70. So as you get in the habit of estimating, you can purchase any two of these items. And so what we're trying to teach you is to, again, we're stressing to think when you put in numbers into the calculator or when you're doing math. Let's just add these three columns up together and see what we get here. That's $33.80 plus $24.50 plus $33.95 equals $92.25. And you can see by rounding up these numbers, this comes to 70, it comes to about $95, and so you know that the answer is right. So get in the habit of thinking and estimating when you're doing your math.